When you think that the hands are the only part of your body that are actually attached to the golf club, it would be logical to think that by increasing grip strength or forearm strength, you'd be able to get some kind of golf performance benefit, whether that's in terms of club head speed or in terms of being able to keep the club face square when you're coming out of thick rough. But I know for myself, and I know for a lot of programming that I've seen other people do, grip strength isn't necessarily seen as a priority in those plans. Is it because we don't have the science to back that up? Or is it just because we don't see this part of the body as an essential power producer? Taking that a bit further, a lot of exercises you do see for the forearms are going to either put them into flexion or extension, and it's not necessarily relative to the golf swing. It's more the point, the lowest impact, that you actually want to keep stability in that joint rather than having the mobility and the strength in movement. So if anything, any kind of programming we would do for the forearms and for the grip strength would be more done in an isometric position, so looking at strength from a static position. So if you were going to do some kind of exercise for the forearms, it might actually be more beneficial to do something where you're working on hand strength as well, all the way through the fingertips. So you can see in this exercise that I'm doing here as a demonstration, you'll see that I'm picking up the weight, but I'm only using the thumb and the fingertips to pick up that weight, and then I'm using it as a deadlift style. So I'm having to really grab as hard as I can to hold on to that weight, pick it up, and then drop it, which is kind of much more simulated to what you would need to do in a golf swing. Say, for example, if you're trying to get out of thick rough and you really need to hold that club face square, then you're going to need that initial grip strength to hold onto that, but that's going to come all the way through from the fingertips and through the palms as well. If you are going to do something where you're working a little bit more on grip strength and working through the forearms and through the wrist area, then you need to be aware that these areas can become really, really tight if you are doing a lot of practice and a lot of training. So it's going to be really, really important that you go back to all of your self-massage, all of your mobility work to really loosen off all the muscles. Anything that comes tight from the top of the forearm down the wrist, you're going to end up with a little bit of wrist pain. You can also end up with elbow pain as well. You can just work on the inside and the outside. It's also worth getting out from the fingers and working from the fingertips and on top of the hands as well to stop any of that pain coming into the wrist, into the thumb, or into the fingers. So let me know, if you've done any work previously on your forearms, on your grip strength, have you noticed a difference in that by doing those exercises? And if you did, what did you do? Let me know. Was it kind of more of the typical work with the extension and flexion, or was it more isometric strength? Maybe you were doing deadlifts or heavy lifts without using any straps and working your strength that way. Let me know if you noticed the benefit. Let me know. I'm really interested to see this area in golf.